Hi everyone, I'm Jody of Lambent Crochet, and for this stitch tutorial I'll be using Paint Box yarn Simply Chunky. It is a category 5 bulky weight yarn, and I'll be using it with its corresponding crochet hook, which is a J 6mm hook. If you are very new to crochet, I recommend that you use a yarn no lighter than a category 4 medium weight and its corresponding crochet hook. So to begin, we first start off by making our slip knot. And go ahead and make your slip knot whichever way you feel most comfortable. Now for this tutorial, I'll be working with a small swatch of 10 stitches, so I'll need to chain up 10 plus 2 additional chains for the turning chain. So let's go ahead and yarn over, pull through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so now that we have our starting chain complete, let's start making the half double crochet. So we'll be working in the third chain from the hook. So let's go ahead and count that. It's 1, 2, and 3. So we'll be working in that chain there. So go ahead and yarn over. Insert your hook into the third chain, grab your yarn, and pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Go ahead and yarn over again, and now pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And that's a half double crochet. Now let's go ahead and make a second one. So we're going to yarn over, find the next chain, insert our hook into that chain, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. So now there's 3 loops on our hook, yarn over again, and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and one more time, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. There's 3 loops on our hook, yarn over again, and pull through all the loops on the hook. So now just go ahead and repeat those steps throughout the remaining chains. And when we're finished this small row, I'll show you how to move on to make a second row. So that's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this is what our first row of half double crochet looks like. Now to move on to the second row, we need to do a turning chain of 2. Just like how we started off our starting chain, we did 10 chains for the 10 stitches plus 2 additional chains for the turning chain. So go ahead and chain up 2, and now turn your work. Now we're going to be working in the very first stitch, which is always the stitch connected to the turning chain. So right here, I'm going to turn my work so you can see what the top of the stitches look like. They look like a series of little V's, and each V represents 1 stitch. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you find you're struggling when it comes to figuring out where the first stitch is and where the last stitch is, feel free to use stitch markers and just move those stitch markers up with each consecutive row that you make. This will make things much easier and take the stress away from worrying if you're making too many stitches or not enough, and you can go back to just enjoying the process of learning how to crochet. Okay, now let's move on to the second row. We're going to yarn over and insert our hook into the first stitch. Be sure you're going under both loops of the V. Grab the yarn and pull up a loop. So again, there's 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those 3 loops. So for the second one, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook under both loops of the V for the next stitch. Grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook. And just go ahead and repeat that all the way down the row. Now when we get to the end of this row, I'm going to show you how to tie off. But if you would like to continue making more rows of half double crochet, you're going to want to make a turning chain of 2 at the end of the 10th stitch and repeat the same process as you did for the second row. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to tie off once I complete the 10th stitch here. Okay, so now that I've completed the second row, here's what the 2 rows of 10 half double crochet looks like. Now to tie off, we're only going to chain 1 and then pull that nice and tight. Then we're going to cut the yarn about 4 to 6 inches away from that chain stitch. It's good to always keep a nice long tail to make weaving in your ends much simpler. And now just pull up with your hook and pull that tail right out of the chain. Give it a tug to tighten and secure. And that's how you make the half double crochet stitch. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if so, please give me a like and share some love in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell button so you'll always be notified when I have a new video uploaded. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, so pop on over, give me a like and a follow, and you can tag me in all of your crochet related posts where you learned a new technique or pattern from watching these tutorials. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you real soon.